July 2nd, 2018, live from the Neo 420 studios. Today we are bringing you quick clips for the week, the top 3 stories that we have identified as important stories that we would like to cover, communicate to you, have you go back to the neo420.com/news page and read. From our great sources to your ears, Neo 420 Talks, the podcast talking all things cannabis and hemp, plus some other stuff. Today's quick clips are brought to you by our great sponsor at 4E Enterprise LLC, the company with all the goods. Contact 4E Enterprise LLC for all of your equipment needs, for all of your growers, medium size and big, providing over 10,000 light fixtures across the country over the past 3 years, and now providing the top extraction equipment in the world through MRX extraction. Contact 4E Enterprise LLC for all of your equipment needs. As we go into our first quick clips review article, we look through neo420.com/news for a good article, and we land on article titled "Allegations of Corruption Abound in Arkansas Cannabis Licensing Board." This article brought to us by 420intel.com. As we go into reading the article starts out reading, "The road to medical marijuana in Arkansas has seen its share of rough patches. And just when things looked like they were starting to turn around, allegations of corruption in the licensing selection process has started to come forward," writes Calvin Hughes. Although Arkansas voters opted to legalize medical marijuana in 2016, the licensing of cannabis producers has only recently began after years of holdup. Now that things are finally underway, the licensing process is facing allegations of corruption. By far, the worst allegation involves Carlos Roman, a member of the state's Medical Marijuana Commission, allegedly received a bribe from Natural State Agronomics, who hoped to secure a license with that underhanded deal, according to documents released by the Arkansas Supreme Court. This is major. I mean, you can't pay to play in this system. This is not acceptable, and we're glad to see this called out. Read the rest of the article, the great article at neo420.com/news, as there's more details to this story that are of interest. So check those out. That concludes for quick clip number 1. As we go back into neo420.com/news for another quick clips review article, so we peruse the page, we come upon an article titled "Waste: Money Lost as California Cannabis Retailers Unload Product." This is an article, as we click into it, article brought to us by mjbizdaily.com. This article, as it starts off, cannabis retailers in California are scrambling to unload product that won't be compliant with state regulations starting July 1st. They were given 6 months to exhaust their supplies of products made before the new requirements, and the deadline to sell those products is June 30th. On July 1st, retailers must destroy any that remain. The crunch to comply with state regulations means that there will be a tremendous amount of waste, chaos, and money lost throughout the cannabis supply chain. Earlier this week, sources told Marijuana Biz Daily the regulations could be an extension event for California's cannabis businesses. That extinction event is a very broad word, but I mean, that sounds like that it's going to make a big impact to the bottom lines of these legal cannabis companies that are trying to be compliant. Something else to consider as regulations change, as states come live, there are significant impacts of how regulations are either improving or disadvantaging existing business. Continue to read the rest of that article that has some really good data points in it, such as Golden State Greens in San Diego is advertising on weed mats up to 75% off store-wide. How can you give away 75% of your inventory value and still be in business? Big question mark. Anyway, stay tuned to neo420.com/news to read the remaining of that article titled Waste, Money Lost as California Cannabis Retailers Unload Product. Now as we go back into neo420.com/news, searching for that third quick clip review article, we're going to check out over here article titled Senate Votes to Remove Hemp from Controlled Substances Act, Expand Opportunities. As we click into this article brought to us by hempindustrydaily.com, the article starts off reading, the U.S. Senate has voted to take hemp out of the Controlled Substances Act, a watershed nod of support for cannabis that could dramatically reshape the U.S. hemp industry. The move came as part of the 2018 Farm Bill, which passed 8611 Thursday. The bill must be merged with the House version, which does not mention hemp. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell, a Kentucky Republican who steered the hemp language in the overall bill, took to the Senate floor 3 times this week to call for the limited legality of the plant to be changed. The Farm Bill will now move to a conference committee of House Senate negotiators, which has until September to submit a final version to the President. The bill says that cannabis sativa L plants at or below 0.3% THC are not controlled substances. The bill also allows hemp production in all states, even those that may not yet act to allow it, authorizes CBD extraction from hemp flowers, permits hemp production on tribal land and in Puerto Rico, allows hemp farmers to get crop insurance and access to federal water rights. This is big. All of these are quite big. Requires states that want to have primary oversight of their hemp industry to submit plans to the U.S. Department of Agriculture for how they would monitor the crop, including testing plans for THC content. Protect hemp farmers from criminal prosecution for growing hemp with elevated THC content. Requires states to refer hemp farmers to law enforcement if agriculture regulators determine that a farmer's hemp contains too much THC, not through negligence, but with a culpable mental state. And requires the USDA to study the economic viability of the domestic production and sale of industrial hemp. There's a little bit more to this article that I encourage you to go into neo420.com/news and read. Again, article titled Senate Votes to Remove Hemp from Controlled Substances Act, Expand Opportunities. This article will be up on the top left corner of neo420.com/news over the next couple of days as our quick clips articles. So continue to stay tuned, check those out. Thanks to our sponsors today. Thanks to 4E Enterprise LLC, the company with all the goods. Contact at neo420.com as our email address. Send us any information, questions, comments over there. And until next time, friends, stay medicated.